please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. This is Monday, June 5th. If you have any questions, concerns, come up to one of them, to this microphone, and then we'll see if we can help you out. Call the roll, please.
Cedar.
Here.
Ellery.
Here.
Kinsfater.
Here.
Kleeman.
Here.
Kufa.
Here.
Laporte.
Here.
McCartney.
Here.
All present, Your Honor.
Thank you. I do need to make an addition to the agenda under new business. For letter D, we're going to put in there approved Trumbull Cast project. I'm going to do that before it gets done. All right. We'll go to the consent agenda. A, City Council minutes of May 15, 2017, regular meeting, recommendation approved. B is the St. Clair Harbor Commission minutes of February 18, 2017, recommendation received. C is the St. Clair Historical Commission minutes of April 11, 2017, recommendation received. D is the St. Clair Golf Commission minutes of April 11, 2017, recommendation received. And E, resignation of the Housing Commission, except with regrets.
Motion to approve A through E as presented.
Support.
All right, the motion's been made and supported. Is there any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That resignation from the Housing Commission from Susan Friedkin, can we send her a letter thanking her and wishing her the best? All right, we're going to go to number 5. Ordinance and Resolution A, Resolution 17-7 NDEQ loan agreement. Is this you, Mr. Denny?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor and members of council, before you for your consideration tonight is proposed resolution 17-07, which is a proposed MDEQ loan agreement. The city's environmental engineering consultant, Envirologic of Kalamazoo, has been working with the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality to pursue financing options to facilitate brownfield remediation at the St. Clair Inn property. In order for them to take the next step in this process, they need a resolution from the city government indicating that the city would be interested in pursuing what is called a grant loan package that would essentially provide the city a grant in a certain amount and a loan in usually an equivalent amount in order for that process to continue. Ultimately, this is, if it's successful, it will come back to the city for final approval. The city will have to actually authorize administration to sign the loan agreements, and that is done as part of a comprehensive package with the St. Clair County Brownfield Authority and the developer. There's a development and a reimbursement agreement that would need to be drafted once those items are approved. But this would be the first step. Essentially, it's a declaration of intent on behalf of the city.
So this is actually a pass-through? Be a pass-through for this?
It would be. Under the terms of the agreement, we have yet to negotiate.
And then this was for the east side?
This is for the east side.
Okay.
So would this be structured similar to what they did in Marine City as far as this loan? The city's not going to be on the hook. We're going to draft an agreement with the developer that says we're just going to be administrators of it. Anything happens, this is yours.
Correct. The MDEQ must loan the money to a municipal entity, so the loan has to be with the city. But we would be working collaboratively with the county and with the developer to ensure that we have, the liability is going to be covered on that.
Right.
Is this for the removal of the underground storage tanks?
No, this is for the tannery area, which I think is the southwest aspect, or excuse me, the northwest aspect of the east side of the St. Clair.
So this had nothing to do with that remediation whatsoever?
No, that is covered by a different
Okay.
MDEQ.
Because we did agree to a brownfield loan process for that, and then that got, I believe that got replaced with the
grant.
The tank removal fund for.
That's on the west side.
Yes, that was on the west side, and that grant loan was contemplated, but during the course of the research done on that, the MDEQ determined that because it was formerly a gas station, there was another program which they could actually charge the entire amount without the city being involved at all.
Does this commit us, the city, to anything?
Only to allow them to pursue with the MDEQ the grant loan proposal. Ultimately, the city would have to sign the documents, have to approve it and sign it, and that would be after the city's negotiated, again, this development and reimbursement agreement with the county and the developer.
So it doesn't commit us to the loan whatsoever?
Just allows them to pursue it on our behalf.
So why wouldn't we have a, some type of a document along with this resolution that would commit the property owner to the same process? It may be a foolish question, but it's
I think-
one that's been on my mind all weekend.
The developer doesn't have the authority to enter into an agreement with the
No,
MDEQ.
with us. Some type of committal letter to us.
Until we have a commitment from the MDEQ, I guess we don't get that far. That would be the next step in the process.
Because this has opened up a lot of questions for me, is that I've seen nothing come out of the owner of this property. And we're committing we're passing a resolution to commit, basically, to this funding.
Committing to EnviroLogic pursuing
Right.
it. Yeah, we won't commit, the city will not commit to the grant and loan proposal until we have an agreement.
Would we have an agreement with him that would correspond with the loan? I mean, before we initiated a document, assigned a document, would we have one that would pair one to Jeff Kotowski?
Everything will be done
Okay, all
simultaneously,
right.
yes.
Okay.
Make a motion to
I got
approve.
one question. If they back out of this, if I read this right, the city's committed to paying this money back, right?
No, that's incorrect.
What do I read right here? It says, and the city is committed to repay the loan.
If the city were to sign the loan
No,
documents.
no, if the gentleman at the end backs out, doesn't pay the city back, who's responsible for the $200,000 loan?
The city will not enter into the agreement unless there is an agreement signed by the developer to repay the city. We'll have a note on which we can sue, a guarantee.
So we'd have to go to court to get our money.
Correct.
Support the motion.
All right, the motion made, supported. Any other questions? Call the roll, please.
Laporte,
Yes.
McCartney.
Yes.
Ellery,
Yes.
Kinsfater.
Yes.
Kleeman,
No.
Koopa,
Yes.
Cedar,
Yes.
carried, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We'll go to B, Resolution 17-8, schedule public hearing for commercial redevelopment district.
Your Honor, before council is a proposed resolution to schedule a public hearing for a commercial redevelopment district. This is being done in response to a request by one of the owners of what can fairly be described as the St. Clair in Plan Unit Development. We've received correspondence from Jeff Kotowski, who is the managing member of Planet Clair LLC, owner of the majority of the parcels within the PUD. And he has requested that the city council consider designating that area a commercial redevelopment district. In response to his letter, the city has to schedule a public hearing, at which time it will either grant the request or deny the request. The public hearing must be scheduled at least 10 days after today's date, but within 30 days. And I've suggested that it be placed on the agenda for the next regular meeting, which would be 14 days, which falls within that timeframe. The resolution before you to schedule the public hearing describes the parcels within the plan unit development, and it would instruct administration to notify owners of the parcels within the development, proposed district, of the public hearing scheduled for the 19th.
So this only sets the public hearing.
Correct.
So moved.
Support.
All right, any questions?
I do have a question.
Yep.
Does this, will this replace the existing PUD we have?
It will not.
Okay.
Anybody else? Call the roll, please.
McCartney.
Yes.
Ellery,
Yes.
Kinsfater,
Yes.
Kleeman,
Yes.
Koopa,
Yes.
Laporte,
Yes.
Cedar,
Yes.
carried, Your Honor.
Thank you. C is Resolution 17-9, adopting 17-18 fiscal year budget, millage levy, and appropriations act. Mr. Booth.
Okay, on your desk is an updated resolution for our 2017-18 annual budget. Please dispose of the resolution that was included in your agenda, as the data was from a prior period that was discovered prior to our meeting. This year's budget has a slight reduction in operating millage. The rate decreases from 13.0581 down to 13.0476. Note that the general fund is balanced with revenues and expenditures of $3,658,060. This is an increase of $104,519 when compared to last year's budget. I'd like to make one other note on the resolution that was handed out just before the meeting. I had mentioned that the general fund revenues and expenditures balance. The expenditure column should be $3,658,000. $100,000 for the industrial park payment is an other financing item and was not included with the original submission. And then perpetual care fund, it's Fund 711 if you're looking through your budget. But the again, there's another line item there, other financing uses. $4,500 should be an expenditure line, not zero. That'd be next to the $759 of revenue, which would give us a total expenditures for all the funds of $9,958,340. Just want to point out those adjustments. I guess at this point, I'll ask for council's approval unless you have other questions.
I have one. Water rate increase. Is that tied into this?
Yep. The water rate, the sewer rates remain unchanged. The water rate, the commodity charge would be 2% for city residents, and then for non-city, increasing at 5%.
I'd make a motion to approve the resolution.
Support. All right, the motion is made and supported. Is there any questions? Call the roll, please.
Ellery?
Yes.
Kinsfater?
Yes.
Kleeman?
No.
Skupa?
Yes.
Laporte?
Yes.
McCartney?
Yes.
Cedar?
Yes.
Carrie Johnner.
All right, thank you. Good work on that, Mr. Booth.
Thank you.
Number 6 is Port Administration, Mr. Booth.
Yes, I have a couple items, Your Honor. First, I'd like to let residents know that the city is, prior to June 27th, replacing our phone system. I'll remind everyone at our next council meeting again. So if at some point between now and then you have issues connecting with us, I know city halls, it sometimes could be maybe difficult to get in your car and come here, but that might be a short-term solution, or we'll try and set up some additional numbers too. I'm not expecting any issues, but just again, if you're not getting a call right back, it might be worth a second or third attempt. And again, it should go smoothly, but just so everyone knows, I know sometimes I've called places and you try to set up an appointment and they don't call you back, and you find out later that they've switched their phone system and they don't even know your voicemail's out there. So just so folks know. The other is just an update that we have 2 road projects that are currently going. One on St. Clair Highway and then the others in the Trumbull area. So please bear with us as we experience traffic road detours, and I know we've had one phone line that was cut, and there's other odds and ends, but give us a shout when you have things like that. That's all I have.
Any questions from Mr. Booth? Mr. Downey, you're up. You got anything?
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
All right. Any city departments tonight? D is authorities, boards, commissions, council reps.
I do, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Hillside Cemetery has begun their process of adopt and earn program, which I brought up at a previous council meeting. The Cemetery Board of Trustees has noted many urns, both large and small, have remained empty. Recognizing the need to remember and respect those interned at Hillside Cemetery, and in an effort to promote a welcoming cemetery, the board is implementing an adopt and earn program. So effective as of June 1st of 2017, a list of unattended urns is available by calling Nancy Germain at 810-329-4954. These urns are all located in Section 1, fondly referred to as one of the older sections of the cemetery. The intention of the program is for current residents of St. Clair to volunteer to care for these urns for one season. This would entail filling them with soil, planting of annual flowers, watering, and basic maintenance. For more information, please contact Nancy or any member of the Board of Trustees. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anybody else? All right, we have no unfinished business. Let's go to number 8, new business. A, approve issuance of special events permit to St. Mary's Catholic Church for procession. Chief?
Mr. Honor, I'm in receipt for request for approval of a special events permit for the St. Mary's Catholic Church to hold a procession around the church Sunday on June 18th, 2017, from 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. All the necessary documents have been received in their compliance. I respectfully recommend approval for this event.
Motion to approve.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? B is special events for the DDA Whistles on the Walk, Water and Chalk the Walk.
Yes, Your Honor. Also have a request for approval for special events permit for the St. Clair Downtown Development Authority to hold their annual Chalk the Walk and Whistles on the Water events, Saturday, September the 30th, 2017, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They also have all the necessary documents and have been received in compliance with the city. I respectfully recommend approval for their event.
Motion to approve.
Support. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Chief. All right, boards and commissions, I have one appointment tonight. I'd like to appoint to the Housing Commission Paul Wade for the remainder of a 5-year term expiring December 31st, 2019.
Motion to approve. Support.
Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Let's go to D, Trumbull Cast Project.
Okay, I'll take that, Your Honor. Council previously approved the bidding of the combined project for road work with the cities of Algonac and New Baltimore. Tonight, I ask for council approval of the contract that was awarded to James P. Contracting, and in the amount of $322,429.05.
I'd move to approve that.
Support.
Any questions?
I have Mr. Horner here, too, if anyone does, would like maybe a little update?
All right.
No?
We'll
Do
vote,
that then.
call the roll on this first, and then if he wants to say something, he can.
Kinsfater?
Yes.
Kleeman?
Yes.
Koopa?
Yes.
Laporte?
Yes.
McCartney?
Yes.
Ellery?
Yes.
Cedar?
Yes.
Carried, Your Honor.
All right. Jeff, you got anything, or? Anybody have any questions for Jeff?
I'm sure, Your Honors, the board has probably drove by the site several times itself. They are currently forming to put the new curbs in that we just recently removed. I suspect that they'll start that tomorrow, actually placing the concrete back in the curbs. And that should be completed by, well, they tell me by Wednesday. On Wednesday, too, at the same time, they're bringing the big mill machine in to start milling on Wednesday night or Thursday. So that they're trying to get out of the way as soon as possible. Next week, we should start repairing any of the, we'll do all the cleanup and repairing of the asphalt that may need some undercutting or anything like that. So we're prepped and ready for the company that's going to lay the inner layer down. That's the emulsion, the fiberglass, and the rock that we're placing between the existing milled concrete and asphalt and the new pavement. And we should be done by the end of June with the project. Should be completed.
Any questions
So
for
that's
Jeff?
my updated schedule so far from the
Yeah.
contractor.
All right, thank you. All right, let's go to claims accounts, number 9, May 13th, May 26th, June 2nd.
Hearing no questions, Your Honor, I make a motion to approve as presented.
Support.
All right, motion's made, supported. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Go to number 10, this is public questions and public comment. Anybody have anything for the group here tonight? All right, we'll go to number 11. And council members' comments and announcements. Anybody have anything?
You have an event this weekend, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
You have an event this weekend, right?
Let's go.
Beer and wine festival?
Do we have a beer and wine festival this weekend, Chief?
It's scheduled for this weekend.
Okay. Huh? More info coming. All right.
There's the American Cancer Society Relay for Life at Palmer Park this Saturday.
Oh,
and it's River Day. So there's many free events all around the county, including at Pine River. There is the free fishing derby and free kayak and canoe rental at the boat harbor.
Good, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
Hearing nothing else, Your Honor, I make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Have a good night, everyone. Careful. Thank you.